This may well be the best 165 quid I've spent in a long time. The Festool angle stop and accessory kit. I think they've actually got it right. If you've been following my channel, you're probably asking yourselves right at this moment in time, what on earth I bought this for when I can cut every angle you can dream of at the moment in the workshop. Well, this isn't for use in the workshop, this is for use on the job site. And again, I realise I've not talked an awful lot about site work on this channel as yet. I haven't done a lot of site work lately. In fact, I've been point blank avoiding it for some 15 to 20 years. But little jobs come up that I've decided to take on, and I find myself in the unfortunate situation of not being prepared for site work anymore. One of the things that I need to make sure of is that all the kit I take to work is protected in a suitable box. So all of those moans I've been given off lately about being forced to buy equipment in sustainers when I don't need them, I'm kind of going to have to eat my words a little bit, and especially for this. So briefly, the little job that I've taken on is to build an understair storage solution that involves full width, 800mm wide, extending drawers, clothes rails, shoe racks, so on and so forth. I didn't want to build a load of cabinets back in the workshop, take them to site and give it that kitchen look. I didn't think it would be appropriate. So I've taken the approach of scribing everything into place on site, hence needing this bit of kit. I fully intend to make some kind of videos about this job. I say some kind of videos because I'm working in a customer's house, so my ability to use a camera is going to be somewhat limited, but I'll do my damnedest to show you that job. Anyway, to the piece of kit. So it comes wonderfully in a sustainer, and as I mentioned, I wanted a piece of kit that came in a sustainer or some kind of suitable box so it was protected from the rigors of site work. And I also wanted the bit of kit itself to be designed and manufactured in such a way that it was able to withstand the rigors of site work. We've got the device itself. We've got the new style cable and extractor pipe guide, two clamps, two more clamps, and we've also got two rail joiners, but the new type. So the rail joining bars I've not used yet, and the new cable protector deflector I'm yet to use, so I'll come back to that. But this wonderful bit of kit, the two clamps are the same as all the rest. This wonderful bit of kit, I've had the opportunity to use it, as I say, on site quite extensively, and I'm really happy with it. Some years ago I bought this just to compare the two. Festool's first offering at a right angled rail guide, but it kind of didn't work in my opinion. So as you've just seen me do, you undo the locking clamp, you swivel this around, there aren't any indents on it to help you get to exactly 90 degrees. You've got to line it up by eye, sit it on 90 degrees and lock it down in place. The thing that this doesn't do is lock the right angle guide to the rail, so it's easy for it to slip out and for it not to be in exactly the place you think it was. So like I said, it just didn't work for me at all. This, however, once you've set it and you've got it locked in place, it becomes, albeit a part of the rail, so you've only got one thing, one item, one tool to pick up, and I think this really works superbly. So let me take these out the way and I'll show you those in a minute. They're not needed for this. And I'll grab a rail. So rail ready to go. First of all, let's look at the angle set, so I can cope with anything from 60 through to 60 the other way. And to set my desired angle, I unlock the locking knob, and then I can turn it through, as just mentioned, any setting I want. But hopefully you can see that there are indents on the outside here, and there is a little, I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, a little ball bearing inside that's going to slip into this little indent as you turn it, so you can feel it's homed at the degree, the angle that you want it to be at, sorry. So I've got that set to 0, so I can make a 90-degree cut, and I've locked that in place. So that bit's set. I merely now need to attach it to my rail. So if I slide my rail in there, and this little lug back so it goes in the bottom, and I slide it on to the position in the rail that suits me for the cut I'm making, this little lever goes down inside that back channel. You lock it in place, and that's it. You're good to go. You've now got a right angle with which to make your cut. Another great feature of this is I don't need something else to test whether it's square or not. I can use it. So as I would with a fixed square, I would set it to the left, mark one side, flip it over, mark another side, see if I've got a difference between my two lines. I can do the same with this, even though I'm unable to flip it over. So if I slide that to the bottom, lock it in, put it on my workpiece, make a mark. Now I want to do it this way. Unlock it, slide it down. So again, because I'm still using the same reference face, I haven't changed this. I can now put it this side. Let's make a mark beside. That is such a sweet deal, to be able to use it to confirm it's set correctly, and then just to be able to work through the job knowing that I've got something that's robust and just does the job it was designed for, was absolutely stupendous. There's a couple other bits about it that I should tell you. One, the reason it ships with the clamps is these indents here are to take the clamp. So if I've got that and I'm using a longer rail, I can clamp that in place, keep everything where it should be, and it's not in my way. It's not going to catch on a cable or the extraction hose. Well done, guys, really well done. So the two pieces that I took out the top of the device earlier, these two bits, these are to enable you to work with bullnose rounded profiles. So if you turn it over, pop these on the appropriate side, they're threaded so you can lock them into the place that you want. And now you've got an extended line down, let me turn that around, on that front fence edge. So if you've got a real double bullnose, like on maybe you're cutting a windowsill in when you've got bullnose top and bottom, you're still going to be able to guarantee that this is going to sit right up to the front. A number of times I've cut kitchen worktop in and I really wanted to be able to guarantee my squares on the front of the bullnose. So the only thing I haven't mentioned really are the joiner bars, and these I believe are so that you can extend this. There's an extension rail that you can buy to go with this, another 600-800 mil long I believe, and you use them in exactly the same way that you would on your standard saw rail to extend this right angle fence So if you've got another 800mm on it, I think you'd feel much more comfortable attaching a far longer rail on it. Indeed, one of the issues that I had with this, and I thought this may well suffer from, was the fact that if you've got fresh neoprene on the bottom, then it really is grippy. I've found in lots of situations where my board's flat, I didn't need a clamp. The neoprene on the bottom would keep it in place. But that also goes against it, because if it's just not out and you just want to nudge it over a little bit, if that's really grippy, then you can't. But with this, what I found on site was if I hold that against the face edge and just give that a little flip, it'll sit into place. This will pull it into place, and then you merely keep a hold of it and make your cut. So I'm really delighted with this. At last I've managed to get myself a right angled rail clamp that's got the added bonus of being able to set it for angled cuts if the need arises, and these extra little fence extenders. I think Festool have done a cracking job, and I'm really pleased with it. And if you're ever in need of an angle stop for your rail when you're out on site, check that out. Well worth it. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Ta-ra.